Mistakes we made in 2023 or so in landing our Scrum Master job or Agile Coach job or any Agile role or any role in general, like any job you're looking for, that particular dream job. So mistakes that we made and how to better ourselves moving forward in this 2024. That is actually our topic for today. But before I dive into our topic for today, I want to take a moment to do a quick intro, so permit me. Hi everyone, my name is Jermaine Kwene. I am an Agile coach and servant leader senior Scrum Master with a passion for helping teams and organizations thrive in an Agile environment. With my years of experience, I've had the opportunity to guide teams through their Agile journey, driving continuous improvement and fostering a culture of collaboration and innovation. So this particular channel is actually going to be exclusively talking about Agile topics, and is an opportunity for me to give back to the community. So I use my spare time to create content in order for the broader community to be able to gain one or two from my experience. And hey, by the way, this is about my experience, okay? So I am also learning. So if you have any experience to share, make sure you use the comment section to do so. And if you equally have questions to ask, please don't hesitate to do that. Use the comment section for that purpose. I'll greatly appreciate, going through your experiences and equally to ask to or also answer your questions as well. So this video is going to be one of my longest video so far. And this is because I have a whole lot of things to address. I have about 10 different things to address on this particular video, and I've been able to put them down in writing in order for me not to be all over the place. So I want to be chronological in my like when I talk about these areas of the mistakes that we made and how we can actually avoid them, because we want to keep making ourselves better. We want to keep improving. We want to keep getting to the point where we feel like, okay, yesterday I was there, but today I am right up here. So that is the goal. So like I said, I'm also learning. So I'll definitely, I value your thoughts. I value, your experiences as well. And I equally value all your questions. So I am also very passionate in having one-on-one session, mentorship, coaching session with folks in order to help, empower them and also make them to go out of their comfort zone, bringing the best out of them in order for them to equally land their dream jobs as well. It's all about, being able to get that dream job that you've been looking for. What are the things you have to put in place? What are the things that you did before that wasn't actually working for you? And what can you actually do now to ensure that you are getting that value? That is what I am all about. And that is what the topic for today is actually going to be addressing. And like I said, please bear with me. Today's content is actually going to be very long. And so just, hanging tight. But before you know it, it's going to be over. Meanwhile, just have fun while watching. All right, back to our topic. Okay, before I go back to our topic, I'm also an online entrepreneur. So I own a digital online business. And this particular channel, which is the idea of agility, which addresses, like, it gives that priceless experiences about the real world, workspace, typical experience, like hands-on experience that I share here. So this particular channel is actually going to be exclusively about Agile content. As far as my online business is concerned, I'm probably going to have a different session to, take care of that. So just so that if you see me on another platform, talking about online digital business, just so that you are aware that I'm also an online digital business owner. So by the way, this content is also going to be as raw as possible, because I want you to be able to relate. I want you to be able to, better understand, because, editing a whole lot, limits the rate at which, people can really interact and better understand the person actually, providing these experiences. So it's going to be as raw as possible. So bear with me. All right. So, Happy New Year. It's 2024. I hope that you had a blast in your 2023. For some of us that achieve our goals that we set for ourselves, congratulations to you. But for some of us that did not, it's okay. Today, this year is a new year. So happy 2024. And I hope that, all your desires come to reality. May you receive all the blessings that you need, and may you be, as thriving as possible in this year of 2024. So receive all the blessings and remain blessed, and try to, empower people out there too. Because for some reason, we live, by uplifting others, or we survive pretty much by uplifting others. So make sure that, when you have the opportunity, you're helping other people as well, just so that we are not the only one, that is thriving. All right, back to our topic for today. What are the mistakes that we made in 2023 or so 2023, 2022, 2021? What are those mistakes that we made in landing our dream jobs? And what can we actually do to ensure that we are getting better, that we are improving? These dream jobs I'm talking about, for me in particular, or any agile practitioners, it's going to be about agile roles: Scrum Master, agile coach, enterprise agile coach, agile product manager, different agile roles. So on that note, for us to be able to address this, I was able to come up with 10 solid areas that we actually have to focus on. And these 10 solid areas is actually something that we do, but maybe we don't really pay close attention to the things that, we are doing. So the very first thing I want to talk about is our resume. Our resume is that key factor that enables us to be shortlisted for a particular job that we apply for. So for us to be able to be shortlisted or to be set up for an interview, we need to make sure that our resume is top-notch. So what do I mean by top-notch? So we have to be able to refine our resume. For those that have worked, that have experience, you've worked before, and maybe you're looking now, or maybe since 2023 you were looking for a new role and probably you didn't get it. Please make sure you listen attentively to this video and make the necessary adjustments and see if this is not actually going to yield result for you. Because what I'm saying is from information gathered, is from experience as well, and I believe that is actually going to help you. So please pay attention. If it's possible, you can even take down notes. Why not take down notes for something that is actually going to help you? All right. So talking about resumes, we need to refine our resumes. Our resumes need to be able to sell us, because remember, it's the gateway for us to be able to land or to be shortlisted for these jobs. And because of the way the market is right now, it's it's very competitive. It's very competitive, and we definitely need to step up our game, right? So if, for instance, initially we were like some years back, if we were focused on just putting maybe one skill or three skills on our resume, and we're being shortlisted. Now it's time for you to, step up. It's time for you to put 6, 7, 8, right? Because we want to make sure that we are catching up with the market trend, like the job market trend. What are they actually looking for? So we have to revamp our resume to ensure that, it meets these criteria of the various organizations that we are applying for. We have things like job descriptions, right? That we can, revamp our resume to suit that. So, and for those that are new, that, future Scrum Masters or Agile coaches or any Agile role or any other role, even if it's not an Agile role, okay, that you're looking for a job, I believe this content is going to be very helpful to you as well. So, we have a lot of AI tools that we can use to benefit us. These AI tools are used to, fix our resume, right? Create new resumes for us. You just need to, ask the AI tool what you actually want them to do, or what you want that particular tool to do. Let me not use them. What you want that particular tool to do for you. And that particular tool is actually going to use your instruction in order to give you the results that you're looking for. So you are the boss, right? All you need to do is ask, hey, I want this. And that particular tool is going to be able to help you achieve that. And talking about tools, we have a whole lot of tools. I'm going to be looking at my list to, list out some tools that you can actually use to help revamp your resumes. Now, we have number 1, Resume Maker AI. We have number 2, Kick Resume. That's Kick Resume. Kick as in kicking a ball. We have Zety, Zety. We can equally use that to revamp our resume. So you can call it Zety or Zety Resume Builder. Okay. So we also have Enhance CV. Enhance. So ENHANCV. Okay. So you probably have that tool that you can use to enhance or to create your resume or revamp it, depending on the need. We also have Novo Resume. We also have Resi. We have My Perfect Resume. We have Teal, that's TEAL. And we also have ChatGPT, in which I believe maybe everyone knows about ChatGPT. Everyone knows about ChatGPT. So we can use these tools to revamp our resume and sell ourselves better in order to be able to land the jobs we are looking for. So those things we're doing before in 2023 or so, we can definitely, adjust ourselves and improve ourselves in utilizing these tools in order to create resumes that is top notch. Creating resumes that, any recruiter that takes a look at your resume will not, think a second time. They'll just want to give you a call and talk about the experience and be able to be able to shortlist you for a particular role that that is on your resume, like what you're looking for. If it's a Scrum Master role, an Agile coach role, or whatever. So we want to make sure that our resumes are good enough. Another thing about resume is make sure that the various projects that you worked for, or the various projects that the various companies on your resumes that you worked for, were involved in, you want to make sure that you give a high level of that project on your resume. A typical example is, okay, currently your current organization, you're working for Lita Intelligence Program. So you're supporting Lita Intelligence team to be able to develop products that will better help customers out there to live a healthy life, by cleaning their environment, living a healthy environment, and also for them to be able to connect to the coastline, right? This can be an example. So just give that high level on each and every one of your companies on your resume. If you have 3 companies on your resume, make sure that you're giving a high level of the various projects that you worked on, like supporting the teams to achieve this particular project. So give a high level of that. I think a lot of resumes don't have that. So for you to be able to stand out, you want to equally incorporate that into what you are trying to sell, right? So give a high level that once you're asked, of course, you know more about the information that you can project out there. So I think that is equally very helpful if you can do that. And then I've equally talked about skills. Make sure you include skills that you have, and tailor your resume to suit the job you're applying for. So besides using these AI tools, right, to improve your resume, make sure that before you make any application, make sure that these applications, your resume that you have revamped or refined, meet the criteria for the particular job that you're applying for. Okay, enough about resumes. Now, one other thing about resume that I forgot: make it actionable and intentional. What do I mean by making it actionable and intentional? Making it actionable means that if you're talking about, okay, in this company, I am doing this, right? Make sure you give like an example, right? Like in this company, I was able to help this team transition from waterfall to agile, and this was through this. So, and with this, they were able to achieve this and that. So make something actionable, something that, brings that curiosity in the minds of recruiters and even potential hiring managers to want to ask you more. So give them areas for them to want to, like to long for you, like to want to have that conversation with you, right? So that is it for that one. Now, that is about resume, making sure that it actually works for you, right? In being shortlisted for a job. Now, the next thing to do that I have on my list is job application and job platforms. So with job application, application is a full-time job. I believe you've probably heard this before. Yeah, no, this is not the first time you're hearing about applying and like application being a full-time job. And the reason why I say it's a full-time job is because you have to dedicate time. It needs a lot of energy for you to be able to succeed in doing this. Sometimes we just randomly just put 5 applications and all of them are easy to apply, and then we sit quietly and expect good results to happen. Maybe back in those days, I mean some years back, maybe that will come to reality. But in this present job market that we are in, this our present here, it cannot work. This present year cannot work. Or even last year, it was even very competitive as well. So you want to make sure that if that's what you used to do before, please don't do that. Or even if you're doing that, make sure you're doing something else to ensure that you are actually putting applications to various companies' website. So to address this aspect of, putting very few application, like 5 easy apply. And I use the word easy apply, right? And what does easy apply mean? Easy apply mean apply. I will only tell you that we acknowledge your application, but you're not going to get a response from us. And that's it. That is just it. Plain simple English. That's what easy apply means. So talking about applications, please dedicate time to do your applications. Like I said, it takes a lot of energy, and I know it. I've experienced it. Make sure you take your time to go into companies' websites. Go and look for full-time jobs, or if it's contract roles, then make sure you're applying to the company's website itself. It takes time, yes, but is it worth it? Absolutely, yes, it is worth it. So why not dedicate that time and put into something that will actually yield something positive for you, rather than using your time to do something that, it's not going to give you anything. At the end of the day, all we can do is complain. Okay, there's no job out there. No, there are jobs out there. But the thing is, it is just so competitive right now. It's just so competitive, and we need to put in so much effort in order to achieve it. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. It's a full-time job on its own. And I know what I'm talking about because it's, out of experience. So make sure that when it comes to application, you are applying to at least 10 to 20 companies a day for the job you're looking for. And this is about any role, not just agile roles. Any role that you're looking for, any area of your dream job that you're looking for. Make sure you put at least 10 to 20 applications in a day. You can keep track of it. Because I was very good at keeping track. Like I'll keep tracks of companies I applied to. And that was just because I didn't want to double apply. So that was equally helpful. And I equally talked to a whole lot of, people that reached out to me one-on-one for coaching and mentorship in order to be able to be of help to them. So I was able to give them this information that, okay, this is what you can actually do in order for you to get this result. Now, another thing again about same application stuff, you want to ensure that you don't waste or utilize your energy in applying for jobs that have over 100 or 150 applicants. Like, what is the point? There are jobs that you go to apply and they have about 500 or to 800 applicants. And there are just maybe 2 or 3 roles, or maybe just one role that they are looking, like one person they are looking for, or 2 or 3 maximum that they are looking for. But you see 500, 800 applications, and you ask yourself, what is going on? right? So if you see things like that, don't even bother. Don't even don't waste your energy in dumping your resume in such area, because it's like pouring a drop of water into the sea or into the river, right? Like of what use is it? Don't waste your energy in that area. Concentrate on areas that have jobs that they have less applicants, right? So 5 to like 80 something applicants, you can still apply. That is okay. But so long as it's over 100, don't even waste your time. Another thing about this same application stuff is, if you see a particular job that has been posted for more than 5 days, don't waste your time. Remember, I talked about over 100 applicants or 150. Don't even waste your time. Use that energy, concentrate that energy on something else that's actually going to yield a result for you. If you see a job that has been posted for more than 5 days, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time, because you're just going to be dumping your resume in there. You're never going to get any response. The only response you're going to get is acknowledgement. And that is done by their systems. They have system that is set up to handle things like this. Their ATI system, ATS, sorry, systems handle things like this. Oh yes, we got your notification and blah 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 blah. We got your resume, sorry, and we are currently processing, and we'll get back to you. So those are the kind of things you're going to get. So don't waste your time on things like that. Concentrate that energy that you have on applying on jobs that just got released, or applying on jobs that got released two hours ago, that is less than 100 applicants or less than 150 applicants. I will keep emphasizing this on the rest, like throughout this video, so that you actually get what I'm talking about, because I don't want you to waste your energy. Use it for something that is going to be productive for you. Now, I'll go into job platforms. What are the platforms that you can use to apply and get good results? Number one, that everyone probably knows, is LinkedIn. I highly recommend LinkedIn to everybody. And with this LinkedIn, make sure that you subscribe to their premium. I think it's $39.99 in a month. And they equally have good price for the year. I think they have some reduction for a year. But I highly encourage everyone to be able to subscribe to LinkedIn and fully utilize it. Make sure that you work on your LinkedIn profile to ensure that you're gaining traction out there. There are ways for you to revamp your LinkedIn profile to ensure that you don't even stress so much on applying. Recruiters or hiring managers will definitely reach out to you. Make sure you connect with people that are on your the companies you have on your resume. Connect with those people. Just connect with them, right? On LinkedIn, just connect with them. Connect one or two people, or if you're not comfortable, that is still fine. But make sure you have some connections, right? It's not like you just have one person that you're connected with, or just 20 people, and you have like 7 years of experience. Like, people begin to ask questions like, what is going on? Is it that you are just so tied to yourself, or what is going on? So you need to have those connections on LinkedIn. And again, I talked about working on that LinkedIn profile. Your header needs to be top notch. How you post your titles of what you've done and the years of experience that you have, it should be top notch as well. Maybe we are going to create a different content to address this area about you revamping your LinkedIn profile to ensure that it's yielding results for you. All right. Other platforms that you can equally utilize, we have Career Builder, we have Monster, we have Glassdoor, we have Indeed, we have Dice, we have USA Jobs. Those are just a few that I can mention for now, but you equally have many other platforms that you can utilize to achieve your goal as well. So based on that, make sure that each and every platform that you utilize, you're making sure it's visible to everyone, so that whenever you post you upload your resume, you can definitely get that traction that you need. So that's also very, very important. All right. So the next thing we are going to talk about will be get yourself ready. Now, we've done resume, right? And we've also been able to apply already, or we are still actively applying on the different job platforms. What else can we do to ensure that, once this opportunity presents itself, we grab it? Because I always tell people, be passionate about what you do, love what you do, right? Because it's the only way that people, like their interviewers, can see beyond what you yourself you cannot see. What you might be saying and what your body language is saying might be two different things, right? And most of the times people get job offers not because they said all the best things in this life, or answered all the questions correctly, but because of the passion that they were able to exhibit. Because they knew that passion. So you have to love what you do, especially, when you're talking about it. So let that passion be there. Now, getting yourself ready or getting yourself prepped. What does this mean? I highly recommend people to belong to to belong to a class, right? That maybe you have a mentor, a coach that is teaching you or prepping you on how to answer interview questions. And you can equally connect with some friends, right? If you don't have, the finance to take care of this, you can equally connect with friends in order to achieve this as well. So, belonging to a particular class, prepping yourself up. Make sure that you equally have accountability partners. What do I mean by accountability partners? You belong to a class, quite all right, yes, but there are people in that class that you can definitely relate with. So these are the people that you share the same goal with, you share the same interests, and they are hungry. Those are the people you're looking for. You want to be able to connect with these people. 1, 2, 3, 4 people, 5. Depends on, the number of people you can identify. So identify those people that are equally as hungry as you are, and make sure that you are gradually working towards achieving your goal. Come up with clear expectations. Set expectations for yourself as these accountability partners. What do you actually want to achieve, and by what time? And gradually revisit these goals that you set for yourselves. Are we actually achieving this? Are we not achieving them, right? So you want to make sure that, you're gradually eliminating these goals, and you're getting to a point where you feel, okay, I was here yesterday, but hey, today I am here, right? And make sure you continuously refine yourself. Don't let your accountability partners go. Even when you have jobs, still make sure that you are tight, work together, form something solid, right? Continuously share ideas. In this particular industry, you have to continuously do research. You have to continuously improve, get yourself better. If not, you're going to be lacking behind, and you do not want that. All right. So another thing to get yourself ready, we have, like the class you belong to, you might have recordings, right, that you can listen to. These recordings helps you in order to cut through these gaps that you have, or to close the gaps that you have, any anti-patterns that you have. If there's a particular question that you are not able to answer, and that particular question has been answered in class, maybe by another team member or a classmate, make sure you listen to them. Take down note. It is very important. Take down notes, and make sure you use your mirror as your reflection, and say it in front of the mirror. I know that a lot of people are introverts and some are not, but for those that are introvert, please make sure you dedicate time in order to use the mirror and talk. That is the only way for you to go in front of an interviewer and you're still comfortable to talk without, having to startle or babble. So make sure you're doing things for yourself to continuously improve yourself. I, for one, I am a chronic introvert, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. Why? Because I have constantly worked on myself. Like, I remind myself that I am better than this, right? I remind myself to go out of my comfort zone, to be able to talk freely in the midst of people. Sometimes it's really difficult, but hey, I have to remind myself, because I reflect on myself on a daily basis. How can I get better? Okay, this thing I did yesterday, what can I do to improve it? And that is the beauty of Agile. Oh my goodness. Agile is just so beautiful that, I want to like, it's in my mouth, from morning till night. I talk about it. Even in my dreams, I talk about Agile for some reason. And that is because of the passion I have for Agile and because of the value it actually yields to individuals. On our daily basis, we use Agile indirectly or directly. Maybe we might not just know that we are using it, but we are definitely using it. Okay, are you doubting what I just said? I'll give you a typical example. The clothes you wear, the clothes you're wearing now. Why didn't you wear, you have more than enough clothes in your wardrobe, correct? Why didn't you put all of them at once? You can't wear all of them, right? Because you're going to be stuffy, right? And because maybe the current weather doesn't permit you to do that. And maybe there's a particular occasion, and there's a way you have to dress for that occasion. So that is agility. We are doing things in smaller bits and making sure that we constantly inspect and adapt ourselves. That is the beauty of Agile. Okay. All right. So I've talked about resume, working on our resumes. I've talked about job application. I've talked slash job platforms. Then I'm talking about get yourself ready or prepped. Prepare yourself for these interviews, because once these interviews come, you want to take them like the very first and the last, like hold them, so like something priceless, like a jewel, diadem, right? Make sure that you're handling it with all the care in this world, because for those interviews to come nowadays, it's not easy. So we want to make sure that once it comes, we are grabbing the opportunity and nail it. Let's crush that interview. Let's make use of this time that these people have dedicated just for us, right? So that's another area for you to prep yourself and make sure that, you limit any distractions whatsoever. Limit those distractions and be focused. Achieve your goal first, and any other thing can come secondary. Achieve your goal first. Set your goal and continuously work on it and achieve it. All right. The next thing on my list is going to be look out for email/job platform notifications. Sometimes we apply for jobs, but we forget to actually, constantly check our emails. Most of the times, these responses comes through our emails, or it comes through the job platforms that we use. Maybe LinkedIn, Indeed, Career Builder, Glassdoor, or any other one, Dice, right? So we want to make sure that we are constantly checking for notifications on these platforms, and we are constantly checking our email 24/7. I cannot emphasize this enough. There were times that some of my students, like, they almost miss an opportunity or some opportunities because they were not constantly checking their emails. So you want to make sure you're checking your emails on a daily basis. It's very, very important. You don't want to miss out, please, because you need this job. It's your dream job, and you have to do everything it takes for you to achieve this. So that is it for email and job notification. And another thing about email, make sure that you are constantly responding to emails. So respond to those emails that are sent to you. The ones that need to respond to them. For the ones that you need to follow up, because there are people, there are companies you apply with them, and after some time they'll tell you, okay, they're still waiting on the manager, or they are waiting for a way forward. Don't leave them alone. No, I'm telling you, don't leave them alone. After some time, go back, send follow-up email, just like you normally do at our jobs, right? When maybe our point of contact or our clients are not responsive, but our team members actually depending on them because we have blocked work. We want to be able to keep making progress, right, in yielding or delivering value to the customers. So you want to, constantly reach out. Okay, okay, this is where we are. And the one beautiful thing about Agile as well is the transparency, because these customers or stakeholders are able to view our boards, right, at the high level. They are able to see that we have a block column and we are waiting for them to respond to us. So make sure that you are constantly following up on emails and responding to emails that actually need your attention, just like you do in your job setting. All right, so that's it for email/job platform notifications. The next thing I'm going to talk about is avoid distractions. I actually made this a topic because a lot of us sometimes we tilt our attention or we direct ourselves in areas that will not yield any value whatsoever. So in order for us to avoid this, hey, make sure that first of all, write the things you intend to achieve and at what time, like what month. For instance, we're in the month of January. You're actively looking for a job. You want to become a scrum master or an agile coach, excuse me. What you want to do is write goals for yourself. Paste it on your walls, if possible. Four corners of your wall, so that whenever you wake up, that's the first thing you see. So it reminds you that there's something you have not done. What have you done in achieving this particular goal for yourself? So that is very, very important for you to make sure that you're putting in place. Avoiding distraction also include excluding yourself from social media platforms that comes to you as a mere distraction. Maybe you're just going there for entertainment purpose only, right? I'm talking about Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and others. So long as it's not yielding value to you, distract yourself from it for the moment that you're looking for something. Once you have your dream job, hey, you can go back to these platforms and do whatever it is that you were doing before. But because you have a goal, you have something that you want to achieve by a certain time, keep these things away from you. Like, let it not, like, keep it far, far, far away from you. You can use these platforms for something positive or for you to equally achieve this, your goal that you're setting for yourselves. So, for instance, YouTube, we have a lot of videos on YouTube that are there to help you, that are there to help improve, your skills, improve your way of talking, improve your confidence, improve your personality at large. So make sure that you're utilizing these platforms for something like this that is actually going to yield value to you. So any other thing, be it friends, family members, or whoever that is going to serve as a distraction, all those parties that we used to host, so long as it's going to serve as a distraction for you, please get out of there. Get out of there for this moment. Concentrate. For those that have been looking, like maybe the whole of last year, you didn't get anything because you tried, but you felt like, oh, your effort didn't yield any result and you abandoned it. And you've actually worked before. My sisters and my brothers, when I come back, you guys should come back because these industries are waiting for you. They are waiting to hire you. You just need to put in the effort and you just need to realize that it is like the market is now competitive and you need to step up your game. It's not like before. Do more, right? And I am here in case anyone needs help. I am actually willing to give help for the next 30 days, free of charge, of course. If you reach out to me for any help in area of maybe you looking for a job, I'm going to be there to help you. So I'm giving 30 days free of charge. You won't be charged anything. But anything after 30 days, hey, you're going to pay for my service, right? Because I won't just waste my time for nothing. All right. So anything that has to do with distractions, take it away. Like, push it far, 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 far. Once you get your job, all right, or your jobs, do whatever you want to do. Go back to, and I am not saying that, you should not have some entertainments once in a while, but if you used to do it 10 times in a day, stop it. Do it maybe one time in a day, or maximum two. That's even enough, like more than enough. So avoid anything distractions in your life and concentrate. And be positive as well. Be very, very positive, optimistic. All right. So that was number 5. The number 6 thing what I'm going to talk about is build up or transform yourself. So building up yourself or transforming yourself. All right. Before I talk about that, let me take a sip because I'm really thirsty here. Agile and program leadership. All right. So building up yourself, that is actually our number 6 on our list for today's topic. So to build up yourself, you want to make sure that you understand your resume. It's very important. Understand your resume. You should be able to digest your resume. Know it to the core. Know it to your fingertips. That even if you're woken from sleep, you can definitely talk about your resume. If they wake you up and say, oh, I see that you, in this particular bullet point, you talk about, oh, you've been able to help your teams to achieve value from, like you help them move from 20% value achievement to like 50% value achievement. You should be able to talk about it. Remember, it's your experience. Nobody knows you more than you know yourself. That is you for you. Like, you have to know your resume, because you don't know who is going to interview you. Sometimes the people that interview you, they only focus on your resume. They only pick things from your resume. So make sure that you know your resume to your fingertips and very, very well, that you can talk about it without, thinking, having a second thought. So just make sure that, your resume is great. We talked about it, which was the first area that we needed to focus on, or that we need to focus on for this 2024. And you need to make sure that you understand your resume, digest it from step 1 to the last step of your resume. Know everything on your resume very, very well. Okay. So building up yourself also has to do with confidence. Now, I'm addressing this because I've experienced a lot of cases, like I've had conversations with a lot of students, a lot of people that are not necessarily my students per se, but they were able to communicate to me that they have lost that confidence. They have lost that, being able to correlate with things, being able to, like, they might know things quite all right, they might know their materials quite all right, but being like that, confidence is everything. Remember, I talked in one of the things that we need to focus on for this 2023. I talked about having that passion for what you are doing, right? Once you have that passion and that confidence is there, like, you are saying the things that you know with that passion. Even if you say something wrong, so long as that confidence is there, someone might not even, quickly identify it. Because why? You know what you are saying and the confidence is there. Like, that passion is there, the confidence is there. Yes, maybe you missed 1 or 2 things, but they might not really pick on it because, you were still able to say it anyways with so much confidence and with a good smile on your face as well. So that's another thing that, we need to actually focus on helping ourselves, like build up ourselves or transform ourselves. Get that confidence. That confidence is very, very important. I'll give you a typical example. If before, like for those that have worked before and maybe they've been looking to no avail, remember this. There was something you did before that actually helped you to land that particular job. So why not use that, like go back, reflect, and bring back that same character that you used to exhibit in the previous, the previous years that you were able to learn your very first job. Use that same character, use that same style, and implement it in together with everything I'm going to talk about today. Bring that style back. Try it. If it doesn't work, add something or reduce something, right? So that is another thing that, we can equally focus on ensuring that we are landing our dream job in this year of 2024. This is a great year, and I believe that a lot of us are actually going to achieve a lot, right? A lot of people are going to achieve a lot, and all the blessings are yours. Just receive it and make sure you're putting in the energy in order to achieve this as well, because you won't expect something to happen out of a bloom, right? We need to actually put in the energy. Yes, we talk about things, but are we actually putting the energy to ensure that we are achieving our goals? So we need to focus on that. Building up yourself is equally making sure that you believe in yourself. Believe in what you say. You can't convince me or tell me that, okay, you've done this. And when I look at your face, what your mouth is saying and what your facial expression is communicating and your body language, they are different. They are not the same. You're saying something extremely, like, totally different. So you want to make sure that if you are in this kind of position, please bring yourself up to speed. Bring yourself up to speed. It is very vital at this point. It's very vital in our industry. It's very vital for the job market for now. Believe in yourself. Know your material. Understand your resume. Digest it. Drink, cook it and drink the water if possible. You need to know these things. Okay? And get that confidence. You need that confidence. The mirror helps. You being able to call someone as a friend and have them listen to you, or have your spouse listen to you while you answer a particular interview question and ask them to give you feedback. How did I sound? Did I sound convincing? Did I sound passionate? Did I sound like I know the material? How was I, like, was I startling? Was it, just ask, try to get feedback from what you are doing, right? In order for you to get better. Keep connecting. Like I talked about accountability partners, very important. They come in handy here as well in building yourself. Have these conversations with them. Ask, like, have your sessions, because you're going to have session. I remember I talked about creating expectation, for your accountability partners. So ask them questions. Hey, how am I doing? Okay, we are talking about this particular question. Let me answer, right? Answer the question. Let them give you feedback. It's very important. For this particular industry, it's all about talking. You are going to be talking. That is what you do. So you want to make sure that you get out of your comfort zone. Discover your full potential. It's very important. So make sure that you are constantly trying, like, always, want to be always be the first person to say, okay, I want to answer. And based on your answer, take any feedback that is given to you. Take it from the point of love, actually, because sometimes we feel like, oh, this my team member actually hates me, or this my accountability partner is giving me too much headache. No, they are not. For the ones that are sincere, they'll give you genuine feedback, and that is because they want you to be able to improve on yourself. All right, so that is it for building up yourself and transforming yourself, of course. Know when to talk. Know when not to talk. Okay. All right. So your elevator pitch. Oh my goodness. With this elevator pitch, this is actually that opportunity, or it's a factor that enables you or makes the interviewer to say, okay, we are going to continue with this candidate for this particular interview. Sometimes I'm saying this because sometimes people talk about the elevator pitch, or they give the elevator pitch. And before you know it, the interviewer is like, okay, thank you for your time. I wish you all the best. See you another time. Because your elevator pitch alone threw them off. Like, it didn't make sense in their ears. It's not who they are looking for. So they actually let you go. I know people that, got, like, were told that, okay, bye. Have a good day and I wish you all the best. After the elevator pitch, like, all the answer was the elevator pitch, and that interview did not continue. So make sure that your elevator pitch is top notch. And when I'm talking about elevator pitch, what do I mean? Elevator pitch is, tell me about yourself. Who can tell me about myself more than myself? Who? Nobody can tell me about myself more than I can do it, because I know myself better than anyone else. So your elevator pitch should be top notch. And that elevator pitch, in order for you not to be all over the place, I have safely come up, or I have safely, actually I have a video that I uploaded some months back or so about this elevator pitch, like, how to answer it. Like, there's an acronym that I use. I think it's present, past, successes, and reality. So PPSR. So present, past, successes, and reality. You can use this acronym to answer your tell me about yourself or to give your elevator pitch without being all over the place. So with the present, you want to talk about your present situation, right? What company are you currently working for? The past, you want to talk about your past, right? What did you do in the past? What are the companies you work for in the past? And what are the projects that they were involved in? Remember, each and every one of your companies on your resume, you need to have 1 or 2 projects that you can talk about them, like nicely. Have 1 or 2 projects that you can talk about during your interviews when you're talking about these various companies. Oh, I worked with company A and I was helping the team to do this, and this was used by this client in order to achieve this, right? So have projects. We have a lot of projects out there. Just make sure that you're tailoring each project to your particular company. Make sure you do research, conduct some research, right? And be able to, incorporate that in your tell me about yourself. Now, that is, okay, I talked about the present. What present company are you currently working with? What are you doing there? Your past. What are the past companies you worked for? And what were you doing in these various companies? You want to talk about your successes. Is very important. Like, success is very important. Those are your superpowers. Those are the things that sell you out. Those are the areas that the interviewers will look at and they'll be like, you know what? This student or this candidate, not student, sorry, this candidate is just amazing. Like, we just want to bring you on board, like right away, right? So the successes are definitely very, very important for you to talk about them. So once you talk about these areas of successes, make sure you talk about the reality. Like, why are you there, right? Why are you in this particular job interview? Why are you being interviewed? And don't go and be like, oh, it's because I have bandwidth. Don't do that. So the reason why I said this is because one of my students in the past actually said, oh, I have bandwidth, right? Bandwidth meaning, okay, you're currently working for a company, your contract is not over, you're still working with them, you don't have plans of leaving them, they don't have plans of letting you go, and you still want this other job simply because you want bandwidth. No, that's a red flag, right? So it's definitely a huge red flag for any interviewers. So make sure that you're saying things like, my contract is coming to an end. So if your contract is coming to an end, tell them your contract is coming to an end. Or if your contract already ended, tell them your contract ended, and that's why you're actively looking. And when you stumble upon their page, or maybe their recruiter reached out to you, you did your due diligence going through their job description, equally went through their websites to check for their mission, their vision, their culture, you were just moved because it aligns with your skill set, it aligns with your natural personality, and you feel like if you bring your skill set into this particular environment, it's actually going to take them a step ahead of where they are today. So those are the things, like, that's the reality, because that's the reason why you're in that particular interview, because you're actively looking. So that is what you want to communicate. All right, so don't go there and say that, oh, it's because I have bandwidth. Please don't do that. All right, so elevator pitch is definitely, like I said, it's a gateway to a successful interview till the end. It's a gateway. So make sure that you are presenting it the way it should be. And for you not to be all over the place, like I said, use this acronym: present, past, successes, and you also talk about reality, which is the R. So P, there are 2 P's. First P stands for past, the second stands for, the first P stands for present, the second stands for past, the S stands for successes, and the R stands for reality. And one more thing, you don't have to say it in a chronological order like I mentioned, like I listed them. You can say it in any direction, but make sure that these elements are incorporated in your tell me about yourself. It's a way to help you not to be all over the place. So make sure you're utilizing it. Okay. So that is it for elevator pitch. And then I'll move now into interview proper. Now the interview proper, excuse me. Once you connect for your interview proper, provided you did your due diligence, going to the company website, going through the job description, make sure you get yourself prepped for that particular interview. Once you connect for that interview, I always advise people that reach out to me one-on-one, or my students in the past. I always help make them to understand that they should set things like icebreakers. Icebreaker is very important during an interview. Sometimes you go into an interview and you're extremely nervous. To take away this nervousness, set the stage, right? Set the stage by talking about, like, create an icebreaker. The typical icebreaker here could be, oh, happy Tuesday. Maybe for instance, you're being interviewed for like on a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. How is your day going? How is the weather there like? Oh, this is a new year, right? When you connect, Happy New Year. How was your new year? Before you even get started. This helps eliminate nervousness. It drives it away. It makes you more comfortable, during this particular interview. And when the interview starts and they ask you an elevator pitch, crush it. Give it to them the way, you can best handle it. Don't babble. You know your material. You know this stuff. You have the confidence. You have that passion. So what is that thing that is going to limit you not to get this job? And you've been putting all this effort, applying, revamping your resume, using the different AI tools, and then customizing your resume to tailoring it to the particular jobs that you're applying for. So what will actually limit you not to be able to, get this job offer or offers, if possible? Because it's 100% possible. I'm actually going to make a video on how to land 8 jobs, like land 8 offers in this 2020, this 2024. What can you do to actually land these jobs? And if you apply these various things I've talked about, it will definitely yield result. I guarantee you. I'm not capping. I definitely guarantee you. You will definitely have the results you're looking for. Just make sure that you are sticking to these various areas that I talked about. All right. Interview proper again, like you're in the interview setting. They've asked you to introduce yourself. They're asking questions, or be it behavioral questions or straightforward questions. Make sure you are answering questions that you're being asked. Don't go out of topic. Don't say things they did not ask you. For instance, they ask you, have you used Jira? The answer is yes or no. Now, if they want more information, they can ask you, okay, tell me a little bit about Jira. But if they just ask you, have you used Jira? You say, yes, I have used Jira. And based on my experience, I did this one. It is not necessary. Don't be all over the place. Answer the question you're being asked. If they need further information, they will definitely ask. So make sure that, you are not giving unnecessary information. You are not overseeing things, and you're not underseeing. If they ask you about a scenario, don't just give them something very short as if they're asking you a straightforward question. Those are 2 different things. Give them scenario answers using the STAR technique. Situation, the task, the action, the result. So make sure you're tailoring your answers to whatever it is that your interviewers are asking of you. And make sure you're reading the room. It's very, very important. Read the room. I'm talking from the point of an interviewer, because I also interview Scrum Masters. So make sure you are reading the room. Read the room. Sense, body language, facial expression. For instance, they might ask you a question, right? And while you're answering this question, they tell you, while you're answering these questions, maybe you have 2 panels or 3 or 4 panels that are interviewing you. Someone might be communicating something. Maybe the response you are giving doesn't tie with what they are looking for. You can definitely adjust yourself. So read the room. Be able to be ready and able to fully read the room in order to understand what they're actually looking for. Now, that's for the interview proper. And make sure your composure, right? Make sure you compose yourself. So if you're saying a particular thing, make sure your body language is equally reflecting what you're saying. Your facial expression is in sync with what you're talking about. It's not like your mouth is saying something different, your facial expression is communicating a different message, and your body language is communicating the third one. So don't do that, right? Make sure it's in sync. Make sure it's in sync. And one way for you to be able to achieve this is that mirror practicing. It's very important. Stand in front of the mirror and answer an interview question to your own self, your reflection is very important. Writing it down and saying it in your own words is equally very important. So when you go for that interview, right? Because some people actually memorize, and when you memorize and you get to that interview and you forget a particular phrase, you're gone. You're gone. Like you become empty. So you want to actually understand what you are talking about. All right. That's it for interview proper. Now, and that was number 8. So the number 9 thing on our list is end of interview. So at the end of the interview, they always ask us, do you have questions? It will be a very wrong thing for you to do, to say, no, I do not have questions. Thank you so very much. This interview was definitely amazing. I enjoyed my time. But as of now, I don't have questions. Even with all the smiles on your face, forget it, or the smile on your face. Just know that that's a no-go area. Like, these interviewers will definitely not reach out to you. Like, that's a done deal for you. So it's another red flag. That's another mistake we make during the interview proper. Like when we are given the opportunity to ask questions and you say you don't have any question. Wow, really? You don't know us. We do not know you. So in order for you to know us, you have to ask questions. It's the same thing like you join your organization, you know, and you don't do any one-on-one whatsoever, and you expect your job to be done. It's not going to be done. Like, you're going to end up losing that job because you're not doing the necessary things. You need to ask questions. And asking this question is having this one-on-one connection, or having this meeting, like, you know, having your various Scrum events or other meetings that you schedule for you to gather information in order to come up with action items or action plan, in order to handle any area of anti-pattern or any area of gaps that you encounter. So it's very important for you to be able to, you know, ask questions. During interview, make sure you prepare at least, I'm saying, 3 questions for each interview you go to, irrespective of the job. Make sure you prepare 3 questions. And one of the last questions should be, what is the next step from here? So what is the next step from this interview? Just so that you know, the next stage of the hiring process. What is the next step from here? And then you have your other 2 questions that you already asked, or that you already came up with, and you're going to ask the interviewers. Is very, very important. And let's say the interviewers ask this question and maybe you have something to add, just go ahead and add something, like one thing out of the 3 questions. So if you have like 3 questions, just add one. Don't add like 3 for the 3 different questions. No. And again, it's an opportunity to sell yourself. If there's enough time for that interview, once you're given the opportunity to ask questions, make sure that you are asking these questions. And then if you have the opportunity to, like, you know, add one thing out of the 3, so pick one question that you can add something, right, to maybe the response that the interviewer gave you. Maybe the question you asked was about their challenge, and, you know, they have been pointing challenges, and you can use your experience and say, okay, I've actually been able to, so I've experienced this particular situation and this is how I dealt with it. So you kind of give a scenario answer of how you were able to address this particular situation or this particular challenge. So that is it for the end of the interview. And one last thing for the end of the interview, always make sure that you send a thank you note, a thank you email to your interviewers. Is very, very important. It goes a long way to showcase who you are. So send a thank you message, and this thank you message, sometimes you might not reach the interviewers directly. So what you want to do is communicate with your recruiter and make sure that your recruiter convey this thank you note or thank you email to the interviewers. Because sometimes when you're working with a consulting firm, They won't want, their clients to give their email out there. So it's better you deal with your recruiter, and your recruiter sends or forward that particular thank you email to your interviewers. So it is very important. So those were the things that I had for today. That is what this particular video was all about. And I guarantee you that if you put all of this in place, there is no way you're not going to be successful. There's just no way you're not going to be successful in landing your dream jobs. Either Scrum Master, Agile Coach, any Agile role that you're looking for, or any other job that you're looking for. It might not be, Agile jobs, maybe cybersecurity or any other role that you're looking forward to having as your dream job. Just make sure that, you're practicing these different areas. And then success is surely yours. Success is actually calling your name. In fact, your job offers are knocking at your door, but they are waiting for you to do the needful. So just do the needful, and you're definitely going to get an amazing result. So thank you so very much for watching. If this is your first time, hey, you're welcome. This is Jermaine Kwene. I am an Agile coach and senior Scrum Master, and I do create contents like this to be able to help people out there that are actively looking for jobs, that are hungry, and I believe that it serves the broader community at large in order to reduce rate of employment out there probably. So I'm happy for what I do. And just make sure that, if you have any issues, or if you have any concerns regarding the different areas that I've talked about, you can reach out. And I said that I'm giving 30 days, right? 30 days free coaching mentorship without any charge whatsoever. And to quickly summarize the things I've talked about before I round up, I've talked about ways in which we can improve ourselves. So the topic was what we made, like the mistakes we made last year or so in landing our dream jobs, and what we can do to ensure that we are achieving these jobs this year, this 2024. Can I get the clap? Yay! All right. So number one thing I talked about was resume. Working on your resume and making sure that it is top notch. And we have a lot of AI tools out there that I mentioned. I mentioned things like Resume Maker AI. I mentioned Kick Resume, like kicking a ball. So Kick Resume. I mentioned Zeti Resume Builder. I also mentioned Enhance CV. So the Enhance is ENHANCV. We also have Novo Resume, right? So NOVO, then Resume. We have Rezi, that is REZY. We also have My Perfect Resume. We have Teal, that is TEAL. And we have ChatGPT, that a lot of us know. And there are many more, tools, AI tools out there that we can use to revamp our resume. But these are the ones that I can mention for now. So let's make use of this and ensure that we are delivering, it's delivering value to us, right? So I also talked about job application. I said it is very vital for us to make sure that we are constantly applying to companies' website, not just to like easy apply, because easy apply might not give us any result whatsoever. We have to be intentional and aggressive with our applications. It's a full-time job, like I said. Then I mentioned the various platforms that we can utilize in order to apply. I talked about Career Builder. I talked about Monster. I talked about LinkedIn, which is number one that I highly, highly, highly recommend. And make sure that you subscribe to their premium, because it's a way for, recruiters to quickly notice you. So work on these various platforms. Make sure that you activate or turn on the view to all, like view by everyone, so that everyone can see you, like recruiters can see you as well. So make sure that you are constantly, applying to these various platforms, and that they look good, like work on them. And I said we are probably going to do a video about, working on your LinkedIn profile. So when it equally comes to these job applications and job, so I mentioned DICE, I mentioned USA jobs, for those that are looking for government jobs. So we can definitely apply there as well. Then the third thing I talked about was get yourself ready or prepped. So prepare yourself so that once that opportunity comes, you nail it. So crush it because it's your first. So handle it as your first and your last. It's very important. The fourth thing I talk about is look out for email/job platform notifications. So a lot of time we apply and they send us these emails and we are not checking our emails. At the end of the day, one result. So we miss out on a lot of opportunities. I talked about a story where one of my students in the past almost missed an opportunity because they didn't check their email. So check your email 24/7. It's just like at a job. Check your emails, check your notifications, respond to those emails and make sure that, you're doing follow up constantly with, emails that need you to follow up with, or that needs follow up, sorry. Then number 5, I talked about avoid distractions. Any area of distraction, cast it in Jesus' name. Any area of distraction, let them go. Then build yourself up or transform yourself. That is for you to understand your resume, digest the resume. Develop that confidence in yourself. Make sure that, you are setting yourself up for success. Connect with people, right? Ask people for feedback on the way you answer questions, and make sure that you are working on this feedback, as improvement part. The 7th thing I talk about is your elevator pitch. Craft your elevator pitch so that once you get into an interview and they ask you, tell me about yourself, you just crush it. It's true that not all interviewers will ask you to talk, not all interviewers will ask you to talk about your elevator pitch, but maybe 99, or maybe let me say 98% will ask you to give your elevator pitch. So you want to make sure that you're very, very good at it. And no one can tell you about yourself than yourself. So know your elevator pitch to your fingertips, like very, very well. Now, that was the number 7 thing. Number 8 thing is the interview proper. When you get to that interview, what are the things you need to do? Pay attention to the body language, pay attention to the facial expressions, pay attention to the questions you're being asked. Make sure you're tailoring your answers to this question. Don't under talk and don't over talk, or don't over answer and don't under answer. Be composed. Then the last thing I talked about was I didn't mention the last thing, which is continue to refine yourself while working. That's the last thing, number 10. So after number 8 is interview proper. Number 9 is end of interview. That end of interview is making sure that you ask questions when they give you opportunity, and chime in, maybe just one in one area. That's it, out of your 3 questions, if possible. But if there's no time, you don't have to. Let them just answer your questions and you thank them for giving you a deeper understanding. Then make sure that at the end of the interview, you send them a thank you note, like a thank you note. Thank you for interviewing me, stuff like that. Then the last thing that I failed to mention was number 10, which is continue to refine yourself while working. So for those that are working, or when you eventually start working, don't be too comfortable. Maybe some people are in the job market today because when they got to the jobs, they became too comfortable. We have things like community of practice that you can attend. We have various platforms like, online search areas that you can do a lot of research and get better. This career is all about improving yourself, getting yourself, up to the market demand. So you want to make sure that you're doing all you need to do. There are lots of community of practice that we can join. You can join for free, and make sure you go there, share your knowledge, and unlearn the things that needs to be unlearned. So you're learning from others, they're equally learning from you. It's a great opportunity for you to keep improving yourself. Get books and read, right? Do research on things and bring that information to your team and help them to keep improving. So it's very, very important. So that was one thing that I failed to mention when I was talking about the various areas. So these are in total, we have 10 things that we have discussed today. So once again, Thank you so very much. This 1 hour 14 minutes. This is my longest video on YouTube. So we are gonna keep uploading content this year. So just make sure that you stay tuned. And for all our subscribers, we are thankful. We are definitely thankful to you. It's because of people like you that actually got us motivated to actually really come back. Yes, we like to give back to the community. We want to be able to create content for people to utilize in landing their jobs. But at the same time, we have so much on our plate, right? We tend to have so much on our plate that it limits us to do things. We want to cater for other things. But the fact that you're very supportive, you are subscribing, because when I turned on my YouTube, I was like, what? I have this number of subscribers? I was shocked. So thank you for the 6K subscribers. I definitely love you all, and I guarantee you that we are going to keep creating content this year. So just stay tuned, and we'll definitely make sure that you're getting the value out of your subscriptions. Thank you once again, and may you get all the blessings that you desire. May you achieve all the goals that you set for yourself at a specific time that you set for yourself. May all your dreams come to pass. May you achieve all your dream job, may you get all your dream job offers that you desire in this year of 2024. Just make sure that you're putting in the effort. And thank you. Bye, everyone.